Christian, thanks for joining us. You've hit a milestone, 100th appearance for Port Vale on Saturday. How pleased are you?
Yeah, it's an amazing achievement for myself, especially after the last couple of years I've had at Vale. I've had a few, two frustrating seasons in terms of injuries and a lot of things that were going off the field. But to have Rich to hopefully be playing my 100th game for Port Vale is going to be a proud moment for me, and hopefully it will come with a good performance from myself individually, at the team, and hopefully it will back out with a good result as well.
What's changed since that happy smiling face walked through those doors here at Vale Park 2 years ago?
Oh, a lot. I've been through a lot, like a lot of things obviously that people don't see away from the football field, with issues here and there. But since I've sort of like obviously spoke out about my own personal emotional health, things that I went through, everything's changed. I think I'm got a clearer mind. I'm enjoying my football. I now tend to focus more about my performances rather than going out to please. Obviously, it should be pleasing fans and that, but now I focus on making sure that I focus on my performance, and if I focus on me, then obviously I'll be able to give a good performance where the fans will enjoy watching what I'm doing and how I'm playing. So that's what I've been doing recently.
And you've certainly turned into Mr. Versatility, haven't you? Because everybody expected to see a flying winger, now you're a flying fullback.
Yeah, it started obviously, I think it was my first season here, where we tried, the gaffer tried a few fullbacks and we weren't working out, or players were getting injured. So one game he asked me, I think it was literally Swindon away, my first game as a fullback. And I did really well, scored a header as well in that game. And ever since then, they saw that I could play fullback. They, like a lot of people, fans, see me as someone who couldn't defend, who wouldn't track back, and they still probably say that I'm not physical enough, but I've proved myself that I can actually defend. I am physical enough, and I've enjoyed it.
How much have you matured as a footballer, both on and off the pitch?
Oh, it's massively. It's just I see. Obviously, you learn. Each game is a learning curve, whether you win, lose, or draw. And before I used to beat myself up if we lost, and I used to get too excited if we won. And now I take each game as a learning curve. Obviously, I'm happy if we win, but if we lose, I try to focus on actually if we done little good things in the game, I try and focus on them and see what I can learn from what we didn't do so well, and then take it on to the next game. Well, before I used to just go home and beat myself up, and never used to actually. I used to look at the game, but I used to look more at the negatives rather than positives. But now I focus more on the positives than the negatives, and try to just keep them in my head and go over them over and over again, and actually take it to the next game.
How pleasing was it to have a game so soon after the defeat last weekend at Swindon, by playing back at home and then beating Exeter, a team who were in second, by the margin that you did after your second half performance?
Yeah, I think we went into Swindon with a lot of confidence, but in what we planned out and how we wanted to play, things were going our way. And after to lose the game, it was disappointing, but like I said, we, as a team, especially this season, we tend not to, we do get disappointed, but not too down, because we know with the quality we've got in the change room and the experience and the togetherness we've got as well, we've got it in us to bounce back. We've done it a lot of times this season, and we knew we had another game around the corner, which was going to be very tough, as it showed in the first half. But we went in at half time, and we reminded ourselves what we weren't doing so well at half time, in the first half, to then come out second half, and thankfully we got the penalty, and then we just turned it around, and it was a comfortable win. And now we take the positive into next game.
Vale Park's turned into a bit of a fortress this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a change. For the last 2 seasons I've been here, it's been a place where teams could come in and take all 3 points, and then we concede a goal and we'll all get down and feel like we weren't going to come back into the game. And it's like the game was basically lost before we even started. it was just not just with us, it's just what was going on around the whole place, and the vibe around the players was really so positive. It wasn't a thing that we were coming in to lose or we were coming in to not play so well, because no one really wants that, because we all have our families to also look after, our own careers. But this season it has been massive turnaround from, like I was talking to someone this morning, this time last year we were basically fighting relegation, we were right down the bottom, and now we're closer to playoffs than down there. So teams know that they're going to come here and it's going to be an easy ride for them.
3 points off the playoffs going into the game against an informed Salford side on Saturday. Should be a cracking atmosphere inside Vale Park, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be another great game. Exeter came here, had a good unbeaten run, hadn't considered a goal since the new year. We don't really tend to focus on other teams that well. Obviously, you've got to respect what they've achieved, but we focus more on ourselves, and we got to take it to them and do what we've been doing at home, and hopefully we can come with a good result. If
you can get a result against them, this really does put you back in the mix again, doesn't it?
Yeah, obviously it's been a good season, but also like we've been 10th for about 3 months. So hopefully with a good result we can then jump another place, and we just keep believing. You never know what can happen in this league. You get a few good results back to back, you could be right up there, and if you get 2 bad results back to back, then you could be back down there. But we just focus on game at a time, and we look forward to tomorrow.
Is it about time we saw another Christian Montano special?
Hopefully it will be. I think this season what I've missed so far is just the goals. Hopefully I can get one tomorrow, you never know, but I'm more focused on performing well, making sure that I defend well for the team and stay disciplined at the back. There's been a few times, even Saturday, I wanted to get forward and I asked Sean Breesley, Monty, get back here. So it's just part of the game and the position I'm playing in now that I've got to choose my moments when to go forward and when to stay back. And to be fair, I've got experienced lads at the back with me, the likes of obviously Smudger, now Sean Breesley that's come in, Leggy, that every time I try to wander off, try to get involved with their attacks, they tell me to stay back. So I'm enjoying it.
Sean settled in well, hasn't he, in the 2 games he's played?
Yeah, he's come in, he's done really well. He's a very good player. He's an aggressive player as well. He's composed on the ball, and should be proud of himself as well, because he's not played as much games. He's had a little setback, but he's bounced back. No one wants to be injured. As players, we want to be out there playing, and we do pick up injuries here and there, but he's bounced really, really well.
Talking of players coming back, Adam Crooks, Manny Oyaliki, Mitch Clark's back here on loan, but Manny's a key player for you, isn't he? Hopefully he'll play in the reserves next week. How much of a boost would it be to see him back out on the pitch?
Manny's an incredible player. We saw last year, even though collectively we didn't have the best of seasons, but he showed what he could do in that environment. And now that things have changed within the club, within the playing team as well, he will be a massive boost for us. And he's a player that it will be good to have him back. But obviously the other lads that have been playing in midfield, they have done really well. So it's going to be interesting.
I know you've been around in football for quite a bit. Is this probably some of the best football that you've played during your career this season?
Yeah, I think for myself, obviously, I found more consistency this year, even though I've been playing out of position most of the season. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my football. I go out there and I'm playing as if I was a young kid again. I don't tend to beat myself up when things are going my way like I used to. And that's what's helped me, really, to actually enjoy my football. When I misplace a pass or something, I don't really now see it as a misplace a pass. I see it as they've intercepted the ball. Because obviously teams are out there to stop me from doing certain things. Obviously sometimes I will actually misplace the pass, but I don't tend to overthink it. I'm going to get the ball again and I'm going to try that again. Or I'm going to get the ball again, I'm going to go for another run. But it's mainly down to all the work I've done off the field that helped me to think the way I'm thinking now.
I was going to say, off the field, I guess everything's helped now. You've got a family, obviously, to look after, and things must be quite a bit different for you now at home since you've come out and revealed all your struggles that you went through.
Yeah, it's made my life easier. I don't look at myself with any judgment no more, and I don't really tend to worry about what anyone has got to say about me, or if I've got something to say, I would say it now. As long as I'm being respectful to someone, I don't hold back, and I understand now what others have got to say. I'll listen. Obviously, I would take everything. I'll take everything on board, but then I'll choose what to take and what not to take. Obviously, you do, like, I get sent sometimes negative things about my style of play or how I'm doing, or even when I know I've had a good game, you always get one or two fans that will message me and say certain negative stuff. But before I used to beat myself up, and then I used to just focus on what they were saying. Now I just, fair enough, obviously, you can't really control what anyone's got to say about you or what you're doing. I just got to keep focusing on myself and keep doing what I'm doing for myself, my family, and obviously the team. And as long as I'm doing that, Gaffer's happy, the lads are happy, and obviously majority of the fans are happy as well.
And I think a lot of people respect you for what you've done as well, because you've come out there, you do an awful lot of work behind the scenes that goes unnoticed as well here, don't you?
Yeah, I just tend to do a lot of the things I do just for my own self and to help others. I don't really... You get people that do good things for people and they just post it all over social media and to get like the validation from others. I don't tend to do that. I tend to go away and just do a lot more things. There's a lot more things I've done that I've not even obviously told Max or even told the club, for my own sake and for the sake of the other people I'm helping. If they're happy with me doing what I'm doing, then I'm willing to help them.